What's going on, guys? It is Zulogy here, bringing you our Apex Legends Beginner's Guide. This is for you, the dude who just spent the last 3 hours trying to explain to your friend how to play the game. He still doesn't get it, doesn't know what the legends are, doesn't know how to drop, doesn't know what the ring is. He's still looting your shit before he revives you. Send him our way, 15-20 minutes. We'll get him taken care of. Let's get straight to it. Let's talk about the basics of Apex Legends. Apex Legends is a battle royale game. You're going to drop into this map here, or this map here. There's going to be 60 total people that are going to drop on the map. Their allocations are 20 squads of 3 in trios and 30 squads of 2 in duos. The ultimate goal of this game is to loot up, grab some armor, fight each other, last one standing wins the game. Let's talk real quick about being the jump master. Here in this character selection screen, you'll see JJ, myself, along with Monkey. Monkey is currently the jump master, which could be identified by that symbol there. I wanted to be jump master in this case, so all I have to do is simply select my character instead of letting it choose for me. And as you can see, during the jump phase, I am now the jump master. Ultimately, it's the responsibility of the jump master to find a location on the map, ping it out, and launch your squad there. If you're not comfortable with this, you don't know how quite yet, go ahead and relinquish it, hold C, and it'll go to the next person in line. During this video, you're going to see me look around at about the halfway mark during our drop. I do this by simply holding the right mouse button, looking around, seeing if people are coming. And then at about the 3/4 of the way down mark, you'll see my teammates ping a spot in the general vicinity that I went. They're doing this to tell me that that's the location they're going to loot. It's highly ideal for you to do this, so that way you guys do not loot the same building. Trust me, it's bad news. Once I drop in, I immediately start looting everything in sight. Whether it be related or not, I'll decide that later when my inventory is full. So the stuff that I don't want, I'll drop. The stuff that I want to keep, maybe it'd be a level 3 extended light mag, and I plan on running a 301 or a R9 later on, I'll keep that. Places that you can find some loot are inside of the buildings, inside of these red bins here, and even the blue bins, which have a cool little compartment down below that Lifeline can access and get 2 extra items. Let's talk a little bit about zone. So zones will progressively get smaller and smaller, forcing squads to fight. To know whether you're in zone or not, simply press M on your keyboard or whatever your button is on controller. Look on the map and look for the white circle. That white circle is going to be in zone. So you guys happen to get caught in zone for whatever reason. I get caught in zone quite a bit, trying to go around a squad, loot, or sometimes we just rotate late. So it's a good habit to rotate into zone before it closes, but if you happen to get caught in zone, level 1 isn't so bad. I'll showcase that here so you guys can kind of see how much damage it takes. For every second you're in zone is going to take a chunk of health. Now the amount of health depends on what zone it is, so level 1's not so bad. 2, 3, again, you could heal out of them. But when you go to level 4 and 5, as you can see here, I only did it once because I was trying to win the game while getting the video. However, it's pretty brutal, so just be sure to rotate in early. Don't get caught into that zone. Also, a quick tip, something that you can share with your buddy that sent you this video. If you are out of zone, that white perimeter that we had talked about before that's in zone, the outer diameter will be blinking. Once you're in zone, that outer diameter will stop blinking. Easy way to know whether you're in zone, especially when you're in tight quarters when squads are right next to you. Next, let's talk about world packages. These look similar to Lifeline's ult, but are red in color and show up on the map as a red circle. These are randomly dropped in zone. They contain things such as heals, armor, and possibly one of the legendary weapons. Aftercare packages, we have Replicators. Replicators have weekly, daily, and lifetime items in them. Any item that is inside of the replicator as a weekly or daily, you're not going to be able to find that on the ground. In order to purchase items from the replicator, you're going to have to open crates for 5 points each, or you could collect the material that are around the replicator. They look like this. They give you 25 points a piece. You can view how many points you have for the replicator at the top right here. Once you have those points, you simply go to the replicator, choose what you want, wait for your item to pop out, and pick it up. Let's talk about the different states of revive. So we have this guy here who got downed. I'm still able to revive him. It takes 5 or 6 seconds. He'll have about 1/4 of the health, but he'll be back into the fight with me. The next state that we're going to talk about is a death box. So just like the other guy, he was downed and then he got finished. They'll then become a box along with all of their stuff that's in it. Simply go to their box, pick up their banner, and go to a revive station, which is generally shown as a green beam anywhere on the map. Please, for the love of God, if there is one close, Do not loot their stuff. Go res them so they could go get their things and be in the fight with you. Unfortunately, guys, for this video, we're a little pressed for time, so I'm going to refer to the firing range for all your gun needs. I highly suggest, as a new player, you come over here, you try out these weapons, see which ones work for you, which ones don't. It's a great place to 1v1 your buddy. You guys can both pick up shields, pick up heals, kind of get a feel for all the recoils, which guns work for you, which ones don't. Overall, this is going to be the place to go as a new player. I highly recommend spending like 15-20 minutes trying out all the guns, see which ones work for you, and go from there. Last but certainly not least, we need to find you a legend. Let's briefly go over all the legends and see which one fits you. Slight disclosure, these videos are not a complete guide. Along with that, some of these will have to be purchased with in-game currency. First up, we got Bloodhound. Bloodhound's a recon legend, so he can scan a survey beacon. It'll show the exact location of the next circle. You'll see it in green on your map. His passive is Tracker. This allows you to see jumps, slides, people getting damaged, footprints, and also tell you the time.
Alright, I'm gonna put it.
His tactical is Eye of the Allfather. It's on a 25-second cooldown and allows you to see people behind buildings or cover and relays that to your team. Next for Bloodhound, we're going to have his ultimate Beast of the Hunt. This is going to turn everything black and white, aside from the people, which you'll see are red. It lasts 32 seconds. It'll last a little bit longer if you get people knocked. It makes you faster. It makes the Eye of the Allfather tactical a 7-second cooldown instead of a 25-second cooldown. Overall, extremely useful to your squad. Great guy to have on your list. Next up, we have Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a 4-5 legend, which means any incoming damage that he takes is reduced by 15%. You also hear me talk about low-profile legends. That means that they take an additional 5%. Respawn does this because of the hitboxes. Some characters are bigger than others. His passive is Gun Shield. Aim down sights deploys a gun shield that blocks incoming fire. It'll take 50 damage. It takes about 9 seconds once it's exploded in order to come back. Next, we have his tactical Dome of Protection. Blocks incoming and outgoing attacks. Healing items are used faster within the dome. Also, reses are faster. It's a whole second faster inside of the dome by Gibby only. I don't know why they don't talk about that, but they definitely should. And last but not least, the defensive bombardment. It calls in a concentrated nuclear strike on a position that you mark with smoke. Extremely useful for pushing a squad that is hiding behind a rock, as you see here.
Got away.
Next up is my favorite character to have on my squad, Lifeline. Lifeline's passive is Combat Revive. It allows you to revive your teammate while continually fighting instead of having to go through the revive animation like everybody else. Her tactical is DOC Heal Drone. This allows you to heal teammates that are in the general vicinity of the drone. It does have a heal limit. Her ultimate is Care Package. This Care Package can be dropped anywhere that there isn't a roof. It does take a little bit to get back. It's going to allow you to get heals, shields, good sights like digi threats. Extremely useful, especially when not everybody has a purple shield, which there's one there. Next up, we have everybody's favorite robot, Pathfinder. Pathfinder is another recon legend, giving him the ability to see where the next zone is. His passive is Insider Knowledge, which allows you to reduce your cooldown of your ultimate every time you scan a beacon. His tactical is Grappling Hook. Anywhere where the reticle it has a blue circle is an attach point. The distance in which you travel is going to vary on how long your cooldown is for that. His ultimate is Zipline Gun. This could be tossed pretty far. You can use it to help your teammates get to you faster, push people on high ground. Tons of different uses. One of my favorite ults. Next up is the most popular character, Wraith. Her passive ability is Voices from the Void. It allows you to tell your teammates if somebody's aiming at you, whether it be a gun or a sniper. Her tactical Into the Void allows you to avoid all damage for 5 seconds while you reposition. Side note, they can see a trail where you're going. And last but not least is her ultimate, Dimensional Rift. This allows you to create a portal at 2 different locations for a total of 60 seconds. So as you can see here, I just tossed it. It's roughly 74 meters that it's allowed to go in a straight line. This is pretty good for repositioning your entire team behind cover. Next, we got Bangalore. Bangalore's passive is double time. This allows her to run faster anytime she's shot at, near, or grenades are thrown in her direction. Her tactical is smoke launcher. This is great for doing a revive. Maybe you guys are healing behind cover and don't want the enemy to see, or maybe you guys just need a reposition. Next is her ultimate, Rolling Thunder. This is similar to Gibby's ult that we saw earlier, except a little bit slower. It's more used as a defensive measure to make sure that a squad doesn't push you rather than being offensive with it. And now we have Caustic, the green gassy dude. Caustic's passive is Nox Vision. This is going to make anybody in your gas glow.
Oh my god, I'm going to finish this guy, dude.
His passive is Nox Gas Trap, which actually that is the exact trap the Octane ran into. They explode if somebody walks by them within a certain proximity. His ultimate is Nox Gas Grenade. All this is just a blanket of Nox Gas. Pretty brutal. Runner-up is Mirage. Mirage's passive allows him to become invisible whenever he's rezzing teammates or in the beacon, or whether it be in a down state as you saw earlier. It doesn't matter. Regardless, he'll be invisible as he does both. His tactical Psych Out allows you to toss a decoy to run straight, or you can decide to control the decoy and it'll do all the movements that you do. His ultimate, Life of the Party, allows you to go invisible for 1 to 2 seconds, and he creates a bunch of different decoys that does the exact same thing as you do, just like your tactical. Next is my main, Octane. Octane's passive is Swift Mend. This allows him to heal as he just walks around. You do have to be out of combat. It just got a buff. It's absolutely wonderful. Next is his tactical, Stim. It allows you to run faster. Great for tracking down enemies, especially when they're low. Last is his ultimate Jump Pad. Great for roaming across the map or pushing your randoms into zone because they DC'd. Come back, Dylan. Come back. Next up, we have Watson. Watson's passive ability is Spark of Genius. This allows her to not hold not 1, but 2 ultimate accelerants. And when taking those ultimate accelerants, instead of getting 25% on her ult, she charges it all the way up to full. Her perimeter security, otherwise known as fences, are able to be placed down as a gate, so anybody that passes through them will get damaged along with slowed. Last but not least, her ultimate, Interception Pylon. This pylon not only heals you, but does not allow the enemy to throw in grenades. They'll instantly get incinerated, along with any Gibby ults, Bangalore ults. It just takes them right out of the air. This is a pretty good ultimate, if I do say so myself. Runner-up is Crypto. Crypto has the ability to grab your banner with his drone, along with instantly res you. It's absolutely mint. He also is considered a recon character, so he has the ability to see where the zone is going to go next. His passive is Neuralink. It allows his teammates along with him to see what the surveillance drone is seeing. His tactical is the drone itself. And his ultimate is a drone EMP, which does 50 damage to everybody in the radius. Next up, we're going to have Revenant. Revenant's passive is Stalker, which allows you to crouch walk faster, climb higher walls, 2 times the normal height of anybody else. His tactical is Silence. You could toss this anywhere, it'll stay on the ground, and it's going to silence the enemies for 20 seconds. This means that they won't be able to use their abilities. His totem is his ultimate. Essentially, you can drop the totem, use it, go get in a firefight, and if you happen to die, then not a big deal. You'll be sent right back to the totem with only half of your health gone. I should add that you do not have shields while in this mode. Our second to last character is going to be Loba. Loba's passive is Eye for Quality. It allows her to see through chests, see through walls for any level 3 or level 4 gear, so purple or gold. Her tactical, Burglar's Best Friend, allows her to travel with her bracelet, toss it, kind of flick it, and land in that location. Her ultimate is Black Market Boutique. You're able to loot from this. At the top left, you'll see a radius. That's the radius that the loot, or that the boutique will gather loot. You can get unlimited ammo from this, and each of your squad mates are allowed to get 2 items. Watch if your squad mate is downed and have their death box, you might be looting their stuff. Next up is Season 7's newest character, Horizon. Her passive ability allows her to not take a stun whenever she falls from high ground. And her tactical is, as you saw before, kind of like a little rift. You toss it down, gets you quite a bit of vertical distance, and you can strafe on top or hop down for a little boost. Lastly is her ultimate black hole. You toss it down, it creates a gravitational force towards the center, and generally people toss grenades into it. And that is going to do it for our Season 7 Apex Beginner's Guide. There's so much more. This is just the tip of the iceberg, the bare minimum basics. We do have shields, grenades, heals. I tried to not touch on anything that was in the training originally. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And without further ado, this is Zulogy, and I will catch y'all later.